fast do you think this thing can go? I don't know. Let's find out. You know, it's kind of good. Oh, okay. No, that's a bit too... Alright, so as you can tell today, we're going to be talking about trains. More specifically, they are called the monorails. These are mainly used for transporting materials. I usually use them for transporting solid materials like fuel and plastic, which I have up on the western part of the map. So it does take a while for it all to get over here. So I'm going to be building a base down in the canyon where we just were. So that's why I have this hooked up as a one-line network going straight down there, if you're wondering why. Now, one of the things about the train that you do have to watch out for is the fact that it does take up a lot of power. This is one of the main disadvantages with the train, with the monorail, but it can easily be fixed. You just have to make sure that you have enough power. Personally, I have set up about 8 coal generators. I am going to be adding a separate power supply, but I still need to add that. As you can see, I have that all set up. I actually redid that this previous weekend, so that way I actually have enough for this, so that way it doesn't keep on shutting down the power. Now, when you set it up, you're going to want to make sure that you have about 25 to 110 megawatts of power set aside just for this, because it can get pretty high up if you're like when you just start out going. As you can see, I'll go ahead and get in it. As you can see, when you just start out, you get up to about 110 megawatts of power consumption. So once you get it going, you can go ahead and take your finger off of the acceleration button, and it constantly goes. You do have to slow it down at some points because it can get going really fast around some of the downhill areas. So you do have to watch out for that. Now this is an update 4, not update 5, so you don't have to worry about light signals. Those are not going to be added to early access for a couple weeks, maybe a month. So at the moment you don't have to worry about that. All you have to worry about is making sure that you have enough power to get your locomotive all the way up and all the way down. Down should be the easy part, up you got to worry about that. Now, another good thing about the locomotive is the transport capability. As you can see, it has around 32 slots for transport, and you can go ahead and hit load, and it will start transporting all of the materials that you have in here into this right here. Now, I do need to go back, and then I need to come back in, so that way it activates it, so give me a second. So in order to have your train automatically load once you reach here, you need to make sure that you do have items in the storage area here, so that way once the train comes, you can go ahead and it can load it automatically. Now, I'm not going to dive into the automatic, the automation system. I'm just going to put that in a separate video sometime in the future. If you guys really want it fast, go ahead and leave it in the comments below, so that way I can get it out really fast for you guys. As you can see, the train has now made its way back, and it's going to slow as it gets here, and the automation process should start. Yep, and as you can see, it's going to start loading up the car. It's going to take those items, which I had on a conveyor belt going here, and it's going to take it, put it in the bin. It's going to go ahead and drop it right on the train. We're going to go ahead and get on the train, actually. As you can see, it is done loading it up. It's going to go back up, and the train will now start moving to the other station. I will see you guys there. Alright, and the train has arrived. Now it's going to offload the items that we transported here on the train, and it's going to offload it right into the storage area on the left. Now that the items have been offloaded, the train's going to head back and go pick up any more items that have been left at the station. And there it goes. As you can see, we now have all of the items from before. And what you can do is you can go ahead and set up a conveyor belt. You're going to put it, say, right here. I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to put an industrial storage down. Go ahead and put it right there. I'm going to take this, put it right in there, and everything is going to go out and right into there. And here comes the train with any extra parts. Obviously it doesn't have any right now because I shut off the power to the production over at the other factory. So it's not going to have anything here. And that's all the basic information about the monorails and the locomotives in the game. Obviously there is more. I could dive in more. You could add in more cars, more engines to help it go up faster and with less power. Obviously I don't have the time for that in this video. If you guys have any suggestions on what I should do next, or if you want me to cover trains a bit more, go ahead and leave a comment down below, and hopefully I'll respond to it. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already, and go ahead and check out my most recent video on the right. Thank you.